Okay, so imagine you're at a conference, right? And everyone gets a notebook. But instead of the usual, like, the bland, forgettable freebie, you get one that's been customized. It's got a cool cover, maybe your name on it even. And it's like filled with pages that are tailored to the event. Suddenly that notebook isn't just a notebook. It's a statement. And that is the power of custom notebooks. It's something that businesses are really starting to use to stand out. So today we're taking a deep dive into why customization is such a hot trend in the notebook world. We'll look at what kind of options are out there and how you can use this to your advantage, whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out. There's a gold mine of information here.
It's funny because for so long, notebooks were seen as, purely functional. But now they're becoming powerful tools for businesses to build their brand and connect with customers in a much more personal way.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that shift. It's like everyone's craving that personalized touch these days. But why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's because we're just bombarded with so much generic stuff. Think about how many times have you received a promotional item that you just tossed in a drawer and forgot about?
Oh, all the time. But a custom notebook, that's something you're more likely to keep and actually use, which means the branding stays with you longer.
Exactly. It's a much more effective way for companies to get their message across and make a lasting impression. And here's a stat that really drives the point home. A recent study found that almost half of all consumers are willing to pay more for personalized products.
Wow, that's almost half the market. So it's not just about, feeling special. It's about actual purchasing power. That says a lot about how much people value that unique touch.
It really does. And for businesses, it's a fantastic opportunity to, increase the profits. Just look at the success of companies like Moleskine and Lushterm 1917. They've built entire brands around the idea of personalized notebooks.
That's true. I've got a Leuchtturm myself, and I have to admit, there's something really satisfying about using a notebook that feels like it was made just for me. But let's break this down a little further. When we talk about custom notebooks for businesses, who are the main players here?
The most obvious target is corporate clients. They're always looking for ways to enhance their brand identity, and a custom notebook can be a fantastic tool for that.
I was recently at a conference where they gave out these amazing custom notebooks. They had the company's logo embossed on the cover, and even the interior pages had like subtle branding elements. It felt so much more professional than just a generic notepad.
I'm sure you've experienced this yourself. You receive a gift from a company, maybe a notebook, and it's completely generic. Doesn't that feel like a missed opportunity for them to connect with you?
Totally. It's like they didn't even try. But when a company puts that extra effort into customizing something, it shows that they care about the recipient and they want to create a positive experience. Plus, if the notebook is high quality and well designed, it reflects well on their brand image.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be over the top or expensive. Even small touches like adding a company logo or choosing a unique color scheme can make a big difference.
Okay, so we've established that customization is important for corporate gifting. But can you also use this to boost sales directly?
Absolutely. Think about it when you're selling a custom notebook. You're not just selling a product, you're selling an experience. You're selling the feeling of uniqueness and personalization that customers crave. And that allows you to charge a premium price.
That makes sense. It's like the difference between buying a mass-produced print from a department store versus commissioning a custom piece of art. The value is perceived differently.
Precisely. And this principle extends beyond notebooks. We see it in fashion, heck, even food. People are willing to invest more when a product aligns with their identity or solves a specific need.
So it's all about tapping into that desire for individuality and offering something that goes beyond the generic off-the-shelf option. But with so many possibilities, where do you even begin with customizing a notebook? Let's dive into the specifics. All right, so we've talked about the why of custom notebooks, but now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the how. When it comes to actually customizing a notebook, where do you even start?
Well, the cover is the most obvious place to make a statement. It's the first thing people see, and it sets the tone for the whole notebook.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty incredible cover designs out there, everything from classic leather to sustainable cork, and even some really wild options like covers made from recycled coffee grounds.
Choosing your material carefully is a great way to appeal to different segments of your audience. So, for the environmentally conscious consumer, cork is a great option. If you're aiming for a high-end feel, you can't go wrong with classic leather. And those coffee ground covers, they're a great conversation starter, perfect for businesses that want to, showcase their commitment to sustainability.
And then there's the whole world of printing and embossing. I've seen notebooks with intricate designs, boil standing, even glow-in-the-dark elements. Talk about making an impression.
Oh, yeah, the technology has come a long way, and the possibilities are pretty much endless. You can go for a minimalist look with a simple logo, or create a real showstopper with full color printing and intricate patterns. It all depends on the brand and the message they want to convey.
Now, I've seen some companies go all out with branding, even adding their logo to each page. What are your thoughts on that? Is it too much, or is it clever reinforcement?
It's a delicate balance. A subtle watermark or a small logo at the bottom of the page can be a nice touch. But going overboard can be distracting and take away from the user experience. Remember, the goal is to enhance the notebook, not overwhelm it with branding.
Right, it's all about finding that sweet spot. So we've covered the outside. Let's talk about the inside. What kind of customization options are there for the pages themselves?
Well, here's where you can really tailor the notebook to specific needs. You can choose from different paper types, lined, dotted, grid blank, depending on how the notebook will be used.
I'm a big fan of dotted paper. It's so versatile. You can use it for note-taking, sketching, bullet journaling, you name it.
Absolutely. And you can even customize the layout of the pages. For example, you could have a section for daily to-dos, a space for project notes, or even incorporate habit trackers or goal-setting pages. It's all about creating a notebook that's truly functional and personalized for the user.
Now, while customization of the cover and pages is essential, don't underestimate the power of those small details, the extras that elevate the user experience. What are some of your favorites?
Oh, there are so many. Elastic closures, ribbon, bookmarks, pen loops. These are all small but mighty details that can make a huge difference in the overall functionality of the notebook. And don't forget about things like pockets for storing business cards or leased papers.
I love the idea of adding a pocket. It's so practical, especially for business professionals who are always on the go. I know I'm always scrambling to find a place to put receipts and important documents.
Exactly. And then, of course, you have more specialized add-ons like RFID blocking covers for added security, or even integrated power banks for charging your devices on the go.
Wow, a notebook with a built-in power bank. That's next level. So we've talked about all the amazing ways you can customize a notebook, but how do you actually market these custom creations to different audiences?
That's a great question, and the answer really depends on who you're targeting. For corporate clients, it's all about showcasing the branding potential and the value of a high-quality, personalized gift.
So things like mock-ups and sample designs would be crucial here.
Absolutely. You need to be able to present a clear vision of how their logo and brand messaging will be incorporated into the notebook. And things like bulk discounts and fast turnaround times are always attractive to corporate clients.
What about reaching individual consumers through e-commerce? That seems like a whole different ballgame.
It is, but the principles of personalization still apply. High-quality product photography is a must. People need to be able to see those custom details and imagine themselves using the notebook.
Yeah, those lifestyle shots are so effective. It's like you can almost feel yourself sipping coffee and jotting down ideas in that stylish notebook.
And don't underestimate the power of a well-written product description. You need to highlight those unique features and benefits that make your custom notebook stand out from the crowd. Maybe you offer a wider range of cover materials, or perhaps your focus is on sustainable and ethically sourced materials. Whatever your unique selling point is, make sure it shines through in your marketing.
So it's all about finding your niche and appealing to the specific needs and desires of your target audience. But let's be real for a second. All of this amazing customization is useless if you don't have a reliable manufacturer to bring your vision to life. You hit the nail on the head there. It doesn't matter how creative your designs are or how on point your marketing is if the final product is, junk. That's why finding the right manufacturing partner is absolutely crucial for anyone serious about the custom notebook business.
Couldn't agree more. A great manufacturer can really make or break your business, especially when you're dealing with, custom orders. You need a partner who understands your vision, can handle the technical aspects of production, and delivers on time and within budget.
So for someone just starting out, what are the key things to look for when evaluating potential manufacturers?
Well, first and foremost, you need to make sure they have experience with custom work. Not all manufacturers are equipped to handle personalized orders, so it's important to find one that specializes in this area.
That makes sense. You wouldn't want to go with a company that's used to churning out thousands of identical notebooks only to find out they can't handle your unique specifications.
Exactly. You also need to consider their production capabilities. Can they handle the volume you need? Do they have a wide range of materials and customization options to choose from? These are all critical questions to ask up front.
What about things like quality control and turnaround time? Those seem pretty important, especially if you're working with tight deadlines.
Absolutely. Ask about their quality control processes. Do they have measures in place to ensure that every notebook meets your standards? And what is their average turnaround time for custom orders? You don't want to promise your clients a delivery date that your manufacturer can't meet.
Talk about a recipe for disaster. You'd lose credibility with your clients in a heartbeat. So let's say you found a manufacturer that ticks all the boxes in terms of experience, capabilities, and reliability. What are some tips for building a strong working relationship with them?
Well, communication is key. Be upfront about your expectations. Provide clear design files and specifications, and keep them in the loop throughout the production process. The more transparent you are, the smoother the process will be.
It's like any good partnership, really. Open communication and mutual respect are essential for success.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask questions and seek their advice. A good manufacturer will be happy to share their expertise and help you create the best possible product.
Well, this deep dive has been incredibly insightful. It's clear that custom notebooks are much more than just a trend. They're a powerful tool for businesses to connect with their audience, build their brand, and even boost their bottom line. But it's not as simple as just slapping a logo on a notebook. There's a real art and strategy behind it.
And it's an exciting space to be in. With so many customization options available, the possibilities are truly endless. Whether you're creating a unique corporate gift, designing a product line for your e-commerce store, or simply looking for a way to add a personal touch to your everyday essentials, custom notebooks offer a world of creative potential.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's a final thought for you to ponder. If you could design the perfect custom notebook, what would it look like? What features would it have? What would make it uniquely yours? Think about it, sketch it out, and maybe even take the plunge and bring your vision to life. Who knows, you might just be onto the next big thing in the world of custom notebooks. Until next time on The Deep Dive.